So that, we'll go back to page 1 because this is the kind of the last important enough to talk about piece, and that's who you guys are, and it'll have a date up here. It'll say the parties in the property, and so buyer, this will be your names listed up here, are taking title to the property as either joint tenants or tenants in common or in another way. The difference here, I don't know how you guys hold title right now. Joint tenants, I like to think of my finger has joints, and if you lop off this part of my finger, I still have the rest of my finger. So as a joint tenant, if one of you expires, the other one still remains and owns the whole property. And to me, tenants in common is two different tenants in common. If this tenant dies, well, now this tenant owns the property with this tenant's heirs. So if you guys had some sort of a split in your family that one of you wanted property dispersed to this set of the family, one of you to another set of the family, you might choose tenants in common. That way when one of you expires, the person who remains owns the house, their half, with the other half's heirs. Most of us think of this joint tenant. If my significant other dies, I still want to own the whole house at that point. I don't want it to go through probate court for me to own the house. I just want to own it. So I assume that's the bucket we'd be in. And then we put in things like the property legal description and the address, and they're two different things. You can change addresses, you really can't change legal descriptions. They're kind of set. And so that's page 1, and then we'll walk through all these other fun details of what comes with the house, what doesn't go with the house. Hey, is the washer and dryer included? Yes or no? Are those blinds included? Yes or no? Is that pool table included? Yes or no? Is that train room included? Yes or no? We'll find all the pieces.
Watch it.
Right. So that's kind of the 18 pages, but I thought it was worth going through with you because I didn't want to get both emotionally heightened because we're in shopping mode, and then we're looking at our loan, and then we're looking at how much I have to write a check for, and all of the details of the contract just get glossed over and we never look at it again. That's not a comfortable spot. Then you're in contract for a week before you go, what about, and we don't want to be there, so
Yeah.
I thought this was a good use of time.
Yeah, and take up a little bit of every day, go through it every day and talk about it, and write down some questions if we have, and or research them, you know.
Right. So this is the Colorado Real Estate Commission's approved contract. CREC is what we call them, acronym world. And so if you go on, I can even send you the link to CREC, and you can look at all of the real estate contracts. This one's the one we'll be using. If you had any others you want to look at, you can.